All right, Festival Tales fam, we're back, and as you can see, we're in person. Whoa!
How'd that happen?
Crazy. We are super pumped to be doing these in person, as you guys know. But without further ado, a few quick housekeeping things, guys. Make sure to like, subscribe to the podcast. That really helps out on YouTube if you can subscribe. Give us a follow on all socials. And we have the Patreon up and coming soon. We've been talking about it. We'll be getting some episodes recorded more now that we're in person. But other than that, guys, we got a fun one today. We're doing a little bit of a North Coast recap. Honestly, I've said this before on this pod or even my own. Very much an underrated festival, in my opinion. I think it doesn't get enough credit for what they do at that festival. But I was not the one who attended this year. I attended the last 2 years. So we're not going to dive into what my experience. We're going to dive into Miss Bella's for a little bit here. She had quite the weekend there hanging out with Sippy. Oh, what was that?
I did have quite a weekend.
Yes, she did. She was hanging out with Sippy, hung out with San Holo for a little bit. But let's go, day by day, take me through it because, again, I've been there. It's one of my most favorite underrated festivals. So take me through it day by day. Start with, I guess we'll go with the pre-fest. Let's go with the pre-fest a little bit.
The pre-fest.
Oh, the pre-fest.
Oh, yeah. How it almost didn't happen. Yeah, so this was my first North Coast. I didn't really know what to expect. I've heard really good things about it. So I figured, let's go. The lineup was also just phenomenal this year. It was really great. So I sent it because we don't have Izu anymore, which is... I don't know how I feel about that, but that wasn't an option.
I was going to say, is it a bad thing?
I don't know. I was like, I can go to S2O and get like really wet because if you don't know anything about S2O, you just get sprayed with water cannons the whole time, which...
Not your thing.
It looks cool, but at the Brooklyn Mirage, didn't go to that. So instead I went to North Coast. And yeah, I found out the week before that the way that they do creds is a little bit different. I completely understand why they do it in hindsight. It kind of eliminates unnecessary people being backstage, which can be overwhelming and annoying. So it was actually kind of an effective cred system, but it wasn't ideal for me because I had no idea that I didn't have a 3-day pass until I think 3 days before I left. And so I had my flights booked to go and I had for all 3 days. And then I found out that I could only go to the festival one day. I was like, well...
The classic buy everything before that. Technically, you thought you had a ticket, but almost the classic of I have everything but the ticket.
Yeah, I guess that is my only complaint with North Coast. It's just let us know, Just let us know next time. Because if I'd known, I would have planned. I just didn't know. It ended up working out.
Fair point.
It ended up working out. So I ended up going all 3 days. I tried to go to ARC. I swear to God I did. I really tried to go to ARC, but North Coast and ARC are so far away from each other.
Yeah.
That I didn't actually end up going. Sip and I were we really wanted to see Dom Dalla, really bad, and then we just got really sidetracked, and all of a sudden we missed Dom Dalla. And I think I can speak for both of us when I say that we deeply regret that. Even though we did see Illenium. So, that's good.
Yeah,
but we wanted to see Dom Dalla.
Dom Daddy, or Sad Boy Illenium.
I think it's just as two blonde white women, it was our calling. Yeah, and the mustache has an effect on us, and we really dropped the ball on that. We did not respond to the call of duty the way we should have. And I'm sorry, Dom.
They'll catch us that one day.
Next time.
Okay, so you get the ticket. You end up being able to go the 3 days. Let's dive into day one. The people want to hear the stories. Let's dive into it.
So day one, I left for the airport at 3 a.m. So I was in rough shape.
Fair. Fair. I'd be exhausted.
Honestly.
That's a poor, and in my opinion, not the greatest start to the weekend because it would be.
No, it
Had to be down
wasn't.
horrendous.
I slept in my friend's hotel room because he's amazing and he let me do that before I went to the festival. But honestly, it was like I didn't get enough sleep the night before. I took a weird nap at like 2 p.m. and then I showed up to a music festival just like, like I don't know. It was fine though. I saw people I knew. I got to hang out and Subtronics was playing and I love Subtronics. And I will never stop. I mean, it was the day that Gas Pedal came out too. So that was kind of cool. It was kind of like, oh yay, like Gas Pedal's out, and we get to see Subtronics the day Gas Pedal drops or whatever. So day one's kind of uneventful, but it was a vibe. I guess the highlight of my night was seeing Sir Jesus Spins with his pillow and his lightsaber in the crowd. He was kind of like the highlight, I think, of all of our nights.
So for those who don't know what you're talking about, it was a guy in the crowd with a instead of a flow star, it was a pillow.
Yes.
On a lightsaber.
On a lightsaber.
Which I wish we'll get there when we can show the clip just in the screen during the middle of the video because it's worth it.
It's worth it. And I'm giving him a shout out on this podcast because I posted a video of him working his magic and it got, I think it's about to hit 200,000 views on Instagram, and I didn't know his so I didn't tag him. So this is me giving him a shout out and apologizing for that because he went kind of viral and I didn't know his until people started like commenting and I was like, damn.
He seems like a guy who kind of wants to remain anonymous.
I don't know,
With that superpower, do you want the world to know who you are?
I think it's really hard to do that.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think you can really avoid it.
That's what I'm saying. With that superpower,
like if I didn't post it, someone else would.
No, I agree. But I'm saying like he might not want people knowing that his name, that he can do that crazy stuff.
I know. Well, I think he should leverage his ability to just get guest listed everywhere. Like if I was an artist and I saw that, I'd be like, guest list for life.
The guy with a pillow and a lightsaber.
Absolutely.
Now, I mean, I would guest list for the lightsaber alone. To be real, big Star Wars fan.
Well, yeah, and we know that.
Big Star Wars.
Yeah. So, but for me, I'm just like with that level of talent, I want this guy in my green room. I don't know.
I want him on stage.
I don't know about that.
Whoa.
But I do want him in the green room.
He brings a light show. He brings the whole package to the stage.
I know, but then like he might steal the show from me,
Maybe.
I got the one getting booked.
And
then it's like you bring this wizard on stage and all of a sudden, it's the end of your career.
The end of the career due to the lightsaber pillow guy.
Yeah. No, he'll steal the show.
Shout out the lightsaber pillow guy. So, okay, was that the craziest thing that happened on day one? Out of all that?
That was wonderful for me. I don't know. I was really into the pillow thing.
I mean, I know it totally do. Yeah. All due respect given. It's impressive.
Yeah.
So
I did see him on day 2 as well. I caught him in the wild.
Was he still doing it?
Yeah. He hasn't stopped.
Never stopped. He still hasn't stopped.
I don't even know if he slept.
He hasn't stopped to this day. He's still going.
Mm-hmm.
He's still out there going.
Probably.
He's out there flowing still.
He's at the afters somewhere. The afters.
The afters. So that's the highlight of day 1.
Correct.
Take us to day 2. What story tops the pillow guy from day 2?
There's some stories that I can't say on here, but I do.
Patreon. Follow us on Patreon.
No, there's some stories I don't even know if I can say on Patreon.
They're behind a paywall, but we can talk about that later. Anyways,
yeah,
here we go.
We'll converse about that at a later date. So the second day, I was with Sippy because I'm helping her with some social media stuff.
Cat's out of the bag.
Yes. That is what I do.
Bunny's out of the hat.
That's what I do when I'm not on a screen for you beautiful people, is I help other people with, because like DJs are not influencers.
No.
And they shouldn't have to be, but they have to be in this day and age, and it's a thing. Anyway, so I was helping her. She kills it at social media, by the way, so she's super easy to work with. But I was just getting some content for her on the grounds. So yes, that was fun. She threw down, by the way. And yeah, like definitely one of the best sets of the weekend. Threw down. Her energy on stage is unlike anything I've ever seen. Like she'll be like, she's like, when she says gremlin mode, it's like, it's real. It's like she's the gremlin.
Is it like the music just takes over her?
She just, like, I don't know. She has more energy than me. And she does this like every weekend. I'm just like, how? So, and I thought I was crap. So, yeah, I'm really excited for her Los Angeles set because it'll be special. It'll be so cool. But yeah, so I rolled with Sip, and we tried earlier in the day. We made a pact that we were going to go see Dom Dalla, and then we never did because we got really sidetracked. And then she wanted to go back to the hotel. I didn't let her do that. I took her to the afters. Yeah. Oh, highlight of day 2, I just remembered that I can tell you.
Yes.
They let me push the CO2 button on the main stage.
No way.
Yeah, way. Way. I know.
CO2
I
sound.
know.
How fun was that?
That was good. I've pushed CO2 buttons, but I was like, I've pushed CO2 buttons before, but like at Webster Hall, you know? Not like main stage at a major festival. So I was like, wow. Hopefully there will be more CO2 buttons to push at other festivals.
It's a good piece of
content. I don't know if I did it right. After I did it, they're like, you should have done it for longer. I'm like, I don't know how much CO2 you have left. I don't want to waste it. So.
Just holding it, wasting all the CO2 to the like, that's all for the whole weekend. It's just a minute, 3 minutes of just.
I know, it's like, stop. No, I think they because they have a finite amount of CO2.
Technically, yeah.
No, they have like a thing. It's like they have like a, for those that don't know, it's like you can see how much CO2 you have.
Well, I know. Okay, so I agree
like
with
how many
you.
seconds you have.
I agree with you. I was more being like literal and like technically.
Well, yeah. I mean, if they
like,
needed
we got a lot
more,
of carbon
they
dioxide.
probably could get more.
No, I get it. Yes. It comes in a canister.
Yes.
Yes. It's It's pressurized. It's how it explodes. Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah.
I feel you.
So that was fun to do that on the main stage. I'll know that I've made it in life when they let me do the pyro.
Fair.
But I think I have to be insured for that.
Probably. Oh, really?
Probably.
Because
maybe
I'm sure you could burn things down if you do too much.
Because that's like actually like dangerous.
Of course.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. It's fire.
So yeah, that was day 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Day 3. Dive in. Give it to us.
Day 3, I drove through Chicago and almost had a mental breakdown.
Sounds like a great day of a festival.
That's how my day started.
We'll be right back. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay,
so it starts out in a mental break because of just too much.
So look, I've driven in quite a few places.
Oh, it was the traffic in Chicago, which is horrendous.
Look, I've been in LA traffic. I've been in New York traffic. I have like driven through Times Square, found parking in Times Square. Like I've done the thing.
Yeah.
Never in my life have I experienced anything like this. Like the traffic in Chicago on a Sunday at 2 p.m. is
insane.
It's insane. Like you can't even pull over anywhere. So that's how my day started. And that's kind of, I was planning on going to ARC the last day for sure. Like I called my friend. I'm like, I'm coming to ARC. He's like, bet, let me know when you're here. And then I drove through Chicago and I was like, ain't no way I'm going to ARC because I want to get out of here. Like I don't want to be in Chicago. I don't want to be going in.
I want to go deeper and I want to get out.
Yeah, no. And I was like, what's the parking situation? He's like, well, I don't know. And I was like, after experiencing that, I'm like, there's no way I'm going to ARC. Unless like there is a parking spot for me. Like if you get a visual on a parking spot for me, I'm going to pull up. But if not, like I'm not doing this.
Yeah,
So,
that's a Chicago's traffic is crazy. I have only taken the
like, how is
trains.
Times Square better?
I don't know. I don't know if it's technically better. I think
It
you
is
just might have
better.
caught it
I
on a
know. I
bad
can
day.
confirm that it's better. I'm from New York. Like, I can like it's better.
Okay, I
I'm
believe
like,
you.
how is this? I couldn't even like. I was like, I couldn't even find like a paid parking spot. That's how bad it was. It was so bad.
Wonder what it was going on downtown just to
I
make it
don't
so
know.
crowded. I
I mean, I
mean,
think it was like in hindsight it was Labor Day weekend. It was Sunday Labor Day weekend.
oh yeah, so everyone's out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Sunday Fun Day is
So
happening in
something was
full
yeah,
effect.
like there was something
Yeah,
happening everywhere.
yeah.
And it was like in the it was just the part of,
Mimosas are flowing. People are
oh
getting
boy.
brunch. Yeah,
But they shouldn't be driving.
they are driving to brunch. Maybe I'm giving them
Yeah.
the benefit of
I
the
don't
doubt
know.
here.
I don't know. Anyway, wanted to check it out because I heard it was like a lovely like garden
Good way of describing it.
opposed to like Stadium North Coast. Wow, wow, wow.
Yeah, yeah. It's definitely
You
not a
know?
base. It's all well. It's all house. That's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's house and techno.
Yeah.
Sarah Landry looked like she threw down. She was on at the same time as Subtronics though, so didn't go to that.
Didn't think so.
I really wish I saw Dom Dollar though.
Back to North Coast.
Yeah. Anyways, back to North Coast. Um yeah, then I went to North Coast. I was so tired at this point. And so then I stayed for a few hours, saw Not 2 and ISO, which
Those they were floating on the crane, right?
yeah, no, I heard earlier in the day there were rumors going around like, oh, ISO Knock requested a crane for their set. And I was like, what in the world are they going to do with a crane, right? And then I pull up and they're in a shipping container like 20, 30 feet above the actual stage, like suspended by a crane. And it was like going back and forth. And I was like, who let these kids use a crane in this manner? Like it was sick. And then I looked around, and the thing that was most disappointing for me is like no one understood how friggin' cool this was. Like this set was so I've never seen like that. You know what I mean? I like people have done this before, but not in like the Gen Z EDM space, right? So I looked around, and all these kids were just like, "Yeah, ISO knock." I was like, "Do you guys understand how freaking cool this set is? This is insane."
From the outside perspective, seeing the video was absolutely awesome. So I think there was a lot of hype outside for sure of being like, oh my God. Yeah.
I'm like, you are no appreciation.
Yeah.
Freaking cool.
No, seeing that video was definitely a moment of like, I'm missing out. That's how it felt. Like I missed out on a great day. Well, of course.
15 minutes, and then they drop the shipping container. Now it's just an ISO knock set. I'm gonna go to Applebee's.
Oh my God, we left early for Applebee's. That's the best part of the
Sleep
whole thing.
move. It was so good.
Yeah, that should have been the only story.
Yeah.
Kidding. But no, yeah, that honestly looked amazing. There are some days where just a nice cooked meal, half off apps is
Yeah.
very comforting.
And look, at that point, I'd been driving around because we had a rental car. I'd been driving around for several days. I'd gone to the festival. I've done the thing. I traveled. I made the hike out there. I was like, you know what? I don't need to stay till the end and sit in traffic. I can go to Applebee's with my friends right now. So that's what I did. I don't know. I was just like, I showed up and they were all like, yeah, we stayed for 2 hours. And I was like, so we were all like on the same level at that point. We were just like, ugh. But then I did go to the afters.
You were fueled up, ready to go.
Yeah.
Off
I
of
was
some
fueled
wonton
up.
tacos, boneless wings, half off. You're ready
Yeah.
to go.
Yeah. No, I was ready. So I pulled up to the afters. I played ping pong with Son Holo at the afters. I think I would have beat him if people didn't start filming me because that makes me nervous.
That makes you nervous.
He was good at ping pong too.
How are you doing this right now?
It's a good question.
Are you nervous right now?
No, I mean playing ping pong. I got nervous.
But you said that
It's a
made it sound like
completely
the
different thing.
filming got you nervous.
The filming, they were like, yeah, there were people whipped out their phones, and I was like, all of a sudden, I just became the worst ping pong player in the world. But did that. He did like an hour and a half set, and he hit every genre. So I'm excited for Lost Lands.
Yeah, I'm ready for that rhythm.
I heard that his Lost Lands set's going to be pretty cool and very different from what you normally see.
I might have to go check it out.
That's all I'm going to
Might
say.
have to make an appearance.
But yeah, you should definitely do that.
Might have to make an appearance.
I know things you don't.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. So going back on over the weekend, one of the main things I loved about North Coast was I've said this now like the third time. I think it's very much slept on, but I think they do a phenomenal job of just the layout of the festival, how spacious it is for everything. I could do without them having, and I don't know if they did it this year or not, but they close out with everyone at the stadium, like one artist at the stadium. That was it.
Yeah, they did that this year too.
Okay. I could do without that. That was my only gripe, was like it just gets so crowded with everyone seeing the last artist, whoever it is. Still fun, still awesome. It's way more packed, more energy.
That
but
just means they need better set conflicts. Right?
No, I think it has to do with the sound ordinances in Chicago. Because they have early sound ordinances, but if it's in a stadium, I think they can do an extra hour.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense, actually.
At least when we went to Spring Awakening one year, I don't think they do that anymore. We went to Spring Awakening one year, and the ordinance cuts off at like 11.
Oh, wow.
Or
okay.
10 or something. It was really early. It was dumb early. And we were like, oh, what do we do now? We just go home at 10:30. Cool. Like, it was one of those things. You know, you're like 18. You're like, all right, I guess we're going home at 10:30. Woohoo. But
Lost
yeah,
Lands
it has
can
to
never, dude.
No. That's the big advantage of like the camping out in the middle
Yeah.
of nowhere, you know? But not to harp on that too much, but one of the other coolest things that I always like to touch on with North Coast is the chill down tent. The chill down tent.
Is
did you
that
go
the giant
in?
dome?
Yes. The giant chill down dome, whatever. Yeah, something like that. But it is so sick. Now
It's really cool.
we'll touch on Tape B set in a set. I'm assuming you went. If you didn't, how dare you? Oh my God, I'm so sorry. But in general, without them even having artists in there. So the last 2 years when I went, there was no artists in there. It was just, they had an artist in there, but none of the bigger headliners. Some local DJs playing more like chill music, relaxing music. But the lasers were sick, and you could just relax in the air conditioning. Never super crowded. Full 360. You could go the other side, and you could just lay out. Your whole squad could just sprawl out. It was awesome. This year, they upped it a little bit. They brought in Tape B. I don't know if they had other artists in there. Set looked crazy with all the lasers and stuff that they have going on in there, because it is not only 360, but then they have all like four corners have their own lasers and stuff too, shooting everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's just a very cool environment. And I always did say, I was like, I wonder when they're going to put artists in here, because they could have a killer time in here with somebody. And they did it this year.
Yeah, it was cool. Like, I went in there the first day just to check it out, because when I first get to a festival, I like to
Explore
and just kind of get my bearings, see where everything is. So I went in there the first day, and it was really cool. Like, it's really cool that they're putting artists in there. I could see how they might not want to, but I think it's very cool that they are.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then they put Tape B, one of which looked really cool. I was not at it because I was at Sippy.
Fair enough.
Which
Which
was, like,
they
right
both
next
look
to it.
super crowded, by the way.
They were both
Yeah.
packed.
Yeah.
Like, Sippy, like, had a big crowd. And I remember, like, we were kind of nervous just because Tape B was also playing at the same time. But, yeah, no, the crowd was, it was huge. Yeah.
So where are you ranking North Coast on the festival tales scale? 1 through 10. It's a new segment. I just decided we just brought this up right now. I don't think we've ever done this before.
I hate it. I mean, it was a for a festival. It was a great festival.
100%.
Honestly, I did not expect that, and the lineup was just
Crazy good lineup. Both years I went to.
I think there are some things that if it wasn't a city festival would make it better. You know, I heard a few instances of pickpocketing, which is super standard for any
Yeah,
major
unfortunately.
city festival. And even for not city festivals, like I got my phone stolen at Lost Lands, but like it's more prominent, I think, at city festivals. So just like stuff like that, stadia and ordinances. So considering all of that for a city festival, I think North Coast. I want to
Ooh. Okay. I would have said 8.5, so I'm right there with you there.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'd say 8. I'm just trying to think of all the other ones I've been to.
100%. And one thing I forgot too, they have a ton of like cool art installations and like things you can like go in or go on. Like they had a Corona beach deck at one of the stages. At the year I went, they had a Don Julio like club area where a house DJ was playing. Actually, I think Dioro or someone played there one year I went.
Oh,
like
really?
actually pretty decent like artists went there.
That's cool.
And played a small set. And then at the shipping container house stage, they have that boat. Did you go on the boat? I don't know if they had it this year or not.
Oh,
yes.
I did not go on it.
Yeah, that's cool because you can get up and hang out
Art
over the
stage
cloud.
was probably my favorite.
I agree. Yeah.
It was giving like, what is the stage at Beyond? I think Factory stage.
Oh, yeah. Factory Town or something.
Factory Town. Yeah, it was kind of like a similar vibe to that with the shipping containers.
They did that last year at EDC Orlando. They did the shipping containers for Neon Garden, which was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if they did that
EDC
this year.
Orlando. I'm trying to think.
For Vegas. But
They did do that, actually. I remember I tried to go see Dom Dalla, and as soon as I got there, 2 guys got into a fist fight, and I said, absolutely not, and then I left. I'm like,
I'll never see. That scared me. Did you not see me jump?
Yeah.
We're gonna be like, why did he jump? The cats hit the door and scared me.
Want to be in the video.
Unfortunately,
because they're stars.
One day, when they learn to not break cameras,
they like to run around and they get excited.
It's fair enough. I was excited to record finally. Any other questions I have? I'm trying to think. Yeah, I don't have much else. I mean, I think I've said enough. 8.5 rating for me, 8 rating for you. That's 8.25.
8.25.
Right in the middle. So far, that's the highest rank we've got. We'll see if anyone's ever going to beat it.
And I see beautiful people go to ARC next year, and I will give insight into that because I don't think people know about ARC.
Like another. Like, I mean, honestly, both of them have been like on the rise in the last couple of years. But
yeah.
yes, they're kind of small enough now. The lore behind which one? No, I have no idea.
Fact check me, but I don't know if it was like ARC started first or North Coast started first. I think it was North Coast started first, and then the promoter broke into 2 competing companies. So that's why ARC and North Coast are at the same time.
Interesting.
Both do very well.
Yeah. Also,
considering they're literally like they are intentionally competing with each other.
That's interesting, but I just don't get the sense that they are competing because one's more bass and melodic bass heavy, and the other one is house and techno.
Well, they have a house artist at North Coast.
No, I know, but not. It's not the majority.
You're gonna play at ARC. You're not.
Yeah, but they still had some big house artists. They had Clooney the one year I went. They had Chris Lake. They come out, but I just don't. At least my opinion, I don't get the sense that they compete too much because of just like the 2 main stages are bass and heavy bass music. They had Ophelia Takeover one year I went where all the Ophelia artists were there.
Definitely two very different festivals. The promoters though are competing with each other. Like,
I mean, fair enough.
Intentionally.
Fair enough. We like the lore. We're gonna end on the lore story there. I like that. Little piece of Chicago Music Festival lore that we didn't know. Anything else you got to add before we close it out with this one?
I think I'm good. Just got yesterday, dude.
She's still tired. I know. It was just funny the
Bear
way she
with
said
me.
that. All right, y'all. Thanks for tuning in for the North Coast recap. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully those that you went had a great North Coast weekend as well. Once more, guys, please like and subscribe to the podcast. Follow us on social. We appreciate you very much. Bye, everybody. Peace.
Bye.